Good to see you again, Commander. We've set up what we could. It looks like the Aeon are giving the UEF a beating a couple clicks to the west.
Sir, it looks like the Aeon are building some sort of flying saucer. We don't know what it's capable of, but it's a safe bet it'll attack Black Sun. Destroy it before it can take off. It cannot be allowed to reach Black Sun. Ops out.
I will defend this facility with my life.
Almost to the control center! Take it out! Yes! The Aeon saucer is down!
That changes nothing. Our victory was determined long ago.
Schematics down.
So far, so good, Commander. We will now...
You must capture the control center and get QAI downloaded ASAP! Ops out!
The UEF will triumph!
You did it! Once QAI finishes its integration, you can fire Black Sun! Ops out!
Schematics down.
They have disconnected Black Sun from the control center. I am unable to establish control of the weapon.
Commander, new orders! You must capture Black Sun so QAI can complete its integration. Move quickly!
Operation area expanded.
have successfully re-established the connection between the control center and Black Sun. The weapon is ready to fire.
Do it! Fire!
Hello, welcome everybody, welcome Tira. I hope that you're having a lovely Thursday afternoon. I hope that for you, Tira, that laundry, the weather permitting, will be a comfortable and quick experience, and that it will be stress-free for you. That being said, as the trailer shows, and as I already said, I will be starting out with the Forged Alliance campaign. We have finished the 3 different ends to the Infinite War, all of which resulting in a incursion by a race that long was believed to be extinct, and they have come back with a vengeance against humanity, and so we need to defend ourselves against that. So that is what we'll be doing. Okay, that is good to hear. I do also remember that you enjoyed the colder climes a bit more than it being too hot. So I hope that all in all that it will be comfortable for you rather than anything else. So that chore will be not too much of an issue for you. Okay. But yeah, so we are going to jump over. I did not have time to test the briefing yet. So let's have a look if the briefing here works.
I don't know how the hell this happened, but those bastards found us. They've made planetfall and are attacking Fort Clark and the outlying civilian centers. This is the end of the road for us, Commander. Fort Clark is our last base of operations, and all of our evacuation routes have been severed. If we falter today, the Seraphim and their lackeys will have free rein to butcher every last human in the galaxy. We have no other choice but to dig in and hold the line. General Fletcher is already on planet and leading the defense of Fort Clark. We want to open up a second front, which is why you're gating in south of his position. This is your LZ. There are 2 Order bases at this location, and they are providing reinforcements for the Order's assault on Fort Clark. You will destroy all Order structures and then push inland. Continue north until you link up with Fletcher. Once the siege on Fort Clark has been lifted, the 2 of you will directly assault and destroy the Seraphim commander. Failure is not an option, Commander.
Okay, very nice that this worked out properly. So basically we're opening a second front, and then we are pushing up against the main enemy here. Do I have any active mods? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so tomorrow for your haircut, I hope, again, everything goes well and you'll have a good time of it. Let me also get myself some water. Yeah, and together with the slight delay today, I did have some unfortunate happenstances that didn't quite allow me to start on time today. So I did not find the time I tried to find before my streams to refill my glasses, but here we go. Okay. So it's a pretty big map. It's a pretty busy it's pretty busy stuff, so I do hope that I'm not getting rolled. I didn't have find any time to get anything in practice wise, so probably going to be a little bit of a mess. Let's hope that it's only going to get closer, not completely clobbered, although if I do not pay proper attention, that can get very quickly from this is a slight inconvenience to proper clobbering.
This is one of the 2 enemy bases in the area. Blow them both back to the Stone Age and then sync up with Fletcher. There's a line of enemy artillery protecting the bases. They are targets of opportunity, but if you destroy them, it'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. Once you deal with the primary base, well, hell, enemy gunships are inbound. It's time to get you down there while we still can.
Okay, so
attacking the gate. Get on planet while you still can.
One big difference here compared to the
That was a little too close for comfort.
base game
done,
is
Commander.
that you did need to choose your
I got my eyes on you, Aeon. I haven't forgotten what you people did during the war.
that you had to choose your
Pay
faction
no
beforehand.
mind, champion. Bring glory to the princess.
But I honestly do not have too much of an issue with it. Let's bring these in here. I'm only going to tack up. Come on. Okay, can't cancel that. I'm only going to tack up to T2, get some more air defense in here, and then tack to T3. And I also do need to remember that I think the map is automatically expanding. Okay, you're a basically healthy sonar system that is now coming
Commander,
under
You
attack.
have received the schematic for the Blaze. It's lightly armored, but it packs some impressive firepower. Ryza out.
If I do this, how does that work? Okay. It doesn't. I do need to keep an eye on this. I do want some here, and then we'll upgrade. Okay, I hope that I am able to properly just push this up. There is some gunships over here. Faceless, hello. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday. Yeah, I do apologize for starting like a few minutes late today, but I had some IRL stuff pushing that back slightly, so yeah. And stop. 1, 2. Let's make it 3 from the commander, who then will come back to get the last upgrade here. And a few more over like this. Let's get to building a few airports. Let's do the mass storage about here.
An Order commander named Gari awaits you, champion. She is one of Evaluator Kale's most beloved disciples. Eliminate her in the name of the princess. Ryza out.
Well, I don't mind too much. Okay, we have somebody to get some energy storages up here as well. Anything more I really need? Yeah, I will get some more here. Some more ground factories. How long do you require? Doesn't tell me how long it needs to finish. I do think that are we putting up a little bit more here? Why do you not, or did you not accept that? Okay, one gets an HQ, the others will just put up with being second fiddle, basically. Let's put a few cannons in there. Okay. We're looking good though. For now at least, and then we're putting in some last of the coastal defenses here. I haven't played this specific mission in quite a while, but yeah, it is a mission I do like. It's I don't think I've beaten it hundreds of times. I've beaten it dozens of times. I probably like 20 times, 25 times up until now, but a lot of those were done on the in the original game, not on FAF. And I do know that FAF makes for a lot more challenging encounters here. I'm going to be pushing you up completely immediately, and then we're just going to be building some air factories here. We'll be starting out with T2. That is going to be good enough. Okay. If I get my first engineer from here, I'm going to be putting another shield down here. And then I probably want to prep for the map expansion, although I'm not sure exactly when that happens. I do have enough. How much power are you using? So we're suddenly taking a huge gulp there. Well, I do have enough in principle to do that, so... And I do want some more intel further away. So you're going to be building some transport units. So we're having... Let's start with more air defense. The T2s aren't bad, but I do need to supplement that. And the second one is going to be putting up another shield here. Okay, it doesn't matter if I upgrade this specific radar system or if I build the Aeon T2, both require the same amount of energy. Let's put some more power plants down. Okay, we have this one Oblivion here that is poking out that shield that tiny bit. You're going to be repairing that afterwards. You haven't been able to do it in a while, so understandably that you do feel excited to get going with it. Okay, where is my... Everything is coming and pushing up as I was hoping for it to. You're all doing T3. Let's have another batch. I'm going to be... No, currently not actually this. You need... Give me 2 rounds of gunships. Let's build some missile defenses. and one over here, so that my future shipyards are also protected as much as they can be. And for now, we are with everybody who can. We'll be starting some Harbinger production. Well, I know you are doing some more engineers. Okay, let's have a look at this specifically. And I can. So no repeat, just 3 more, and then let's make a few harbingers.
Excellent. The shield is fully repaired and operating at full capacity. HQ out.
We're upgrading here.
Enemy subs are operating in the channel north of your LZ, Commander. Destroy them. HQ out.
I'm starting to think that you don't have the stomach to fight your own kind. Are you going to destroy those bases or what?
Damn it, all of these harbingers are getting in the way of my engineer here. Okay, let's fill up the other ships here. That would be a lot warmer in Celsius than it is in Fahrenheit, but nevertheless, compared to what you had before, yes, that's definitely warm.
Transport is full.
Okay, I can only... No? That's what I thought. I should be able to
Some of those artillery positions
bring up
are still
3.
operational. HQ out.
Okay, we're getting another row of transports down. Okay, I am actually quite happy to hear that. Okay, so this is nothing that could shoot me down.
Transport is full.
Let's see, are they... How are they transporting them? If they're transporting them over to here... instead of trying to drop them in the ocean... I'll actually be quite happy. Okay, you're the emergency group up for when the map expands, and you're going to get transported over. Okay, so this is indeed working out quite the way I hoped it would. Paid for everything and you still have a little bit left. That is, well, very nice to hear. I hope you're going to be enjoying your little surplus. Okay, let's go destroy these though if I can. I am not streaming the mouse. I should be. Okay, let me make a quick break. That is actually Amajan. Thank you very much for coming in and welcome and all of that. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday. Okay, that is then hopefully going to be working out properly. It might be that it doesn't capture the mouse. Yeah, no, it does not. It captures the box, but it doesn't capture the mouse. That might... Nope. There we are. It was an issue with settings. Mainly because there are some parts where I do not want to capture the mouse cursor and I forgot to adjust the setting here. Amajan, I was not planning to do that, so thank you very much for informing me here. Okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you for informing me. There are moments I do not want to capture the mouse cursor, so...
Commander, Order units have overwhelmed most of our defenses. We've been cut off from Fort Clark, and General Fletcher is unable to get reinforcements to us. We need your help.
I have been playing this game basically since it came out. I have not been playing on FAF for quite as long. I only found out about it a year ago. And more than that, it's not my main competitive RTS. My main RTS is Brood War, or StarCraft Remastered at the moment. But I've played it single player quite a bit.
Everyone on this planet. You are fools to stand against our might.
Okay, let's hope that... this is working out properly. Let's kill this base. Okay, I think a good idea is to replace this one specifically and add some mass storage for more efficient production about.
We're giving you the Swift Wind, a mid-range fighter jet. Ryza out.
Scratch one of the bases. HQ out.
Okay, you are pulling back a little bit. Let's put up a front here. Pull back the engineers at least a little bit. That's not quite the right position. But it should be good enough, and I'll be adding some anti-air so that I have more time for an eventual build-up. Let's go destroy that artillery position. Thank you very much, Tira. That does mean a lot to me. So, let's see if I can't now get some naval action going. More transfers over the strait here. Okay. Okay, we're having some long-range T3 artillery here. Bombarding us. You wound up a little bit. What happened? Okay. Oh, you're excited for the laundry. Yeah, you did say that a few times already. I am actually quite happy for you to be able to do your normal routine now. You had some bigger issues keeping you from it like the weather keeping you from it for a while, so really happy to hear that it's normalized mostly. Okay, I do want some air defense here. Send you over. Okay, we have a support commander. Talking about support commanders, I would be happy with a gate here.
That's the last of them. All the artillery positions are down. HQ out.
Yeah, these are going to be taking some fire. But we're good here, so I'll be putting in some. Okay, that was something big hitting me there. Let me build like 2 ground factories all the way back here. Have some local reinforcements. I do know that I have a lot of reclaim, but I'm still very good on mass at the moment. And until I do properly need it, I do want to use up my saved mass Okay, this should allow for the second shield to finish.
Both of them. Proceed inland, HQ out.
And I'll have some air defense in the middle here, which should fortify the position strongly enough that I can do a proper build-up. This is a base that I want gone. That can be an issue, absolutely. But you'll be able to do your laundry today and you'll have your haircut tomorrow. So all in all, you'll be able to busy yourself again very soon. Okay, let's do the repairs there, although I don't think that diminishes the output. I do have an engineer here. Let's add some mass storage over here. That will be very nice for you once you do finish that. Let's put another. Let's build these T2s already and then okay, I do have some air superiority fighters already. Let's go take care of that over there. I do need some more production here. Ooh, I am getting into... I have a negative energy production. That is not good. I do need a few more power plants in that case. Can you destroy those units, please? Come on. Let's build a few more submarines out of these. That is going to just lead to destroyed bots. I don't quite yet feel about pushing inland there, but I do think it is... Sorry, let's do a short patrol initiation. And then let's get a few resource-focused SACUs, and I probably should be pushing this one up as well. That should only be the local Harbinger production. Okay. That seems like the situation here has stabilized. Okay, we lost quite a bit of the transports, but all of those up there can now just support this. And we're getting the air superiority stuff up. You'll also be pumping it. No, that's too many. Let's make it 6. You've done all of yours, but we cannot do the upgrade yet. Okay. I'm actually pretty happy like this. Let's hoover up some of the local reclaim now. I'll definitely be needing it. And the AROS will be finishing up soon enough. There we go. Nope, no. Bloody hell, what is... Okay, they have the big artillery down there. Or coming from the front here. You are a support to this factory. There we go. Are you building anything at the moment? You're not. Okay. Thought I had a few more here. Let's do it like this. And you can put up some... I do have a few area resupplies. Let's get busy up to 4. Seriously, can I just do the reclaim here? Especially with how empty these are. Well, I am happy that you think your apartment comfortable. That is very important, I think, that your living space feels comfortable at least. Okay, so we do need to start pushing and getting the base down here. Let's give you group 3. Let's push down and do some damage here. I do also, in general, think that I am getting some control over here. Let's send some engineers over and start to build up a bit more in that new base. Putting down another... Let's do 2 more shield gens here. Just so that an overfly will not automatically... I'm not building anything more here. That is not good. I do need a few of these. And with this... the local channel should be clear, and I should be able to get... Is that enough for air defense, or do I want... Let's do it like this. I'm mainly wanting for air defense. Zealot AA missile, isn't that the same as here? Yeah, that is the same, so I don't need to build you. I'm going to be building you. Okay, the big artillery is safe here. Oops, that was the wrong one. 2 are my air superiority fighters. Let's add the rapid fabricator to you. As I said, I do want to send some over here. Okay, we do have enough harbingers. So for every harbinger, one. Okay, let's do it like this. And let's have them transported now automatically. Okay, you are done. You'll be support for this one. I want my fleet nice and in the middle of the channel. Okay. Let's have another base raised here. Okay, where are my engineers? They are going to be putting up some more mass infrastructure immediately. And then I do want some defensive line here. And you are coming down here and building a base so I can do the engineers locally at least. That is more important than the fighting units locally, in my opinion. Up here we're fine because we have the Allied support infrastructure. So that wasn't quite as important to get in. Yeah, and we are starting to hoover up a lot here. Luckily, I do have a large amount of reserves, especially for the mass. But I hope that with these, my mass deficit will lower substantially enough that I don't need to worry too much. Okay, we are getting the defenses done and we are getting the battleships here. That doesn't surprise me. You usually need a few days before it's back up to a comfortable temperature. At least, well, if it was really cold, it will take a while. Nothing from below. Then you're all team 3. Let's get this space done. I'm putting you into... No, not you. You'll be number 1. Let's push forward enough that these units get some stuff, and for now I do think I want this in the middle of the canyon here. You are getting a rapid fabricator. Okay, I'm not exactly sure which experimental I want to be starting with. Or if I do want to be starting with experimentals already. Experimentals are hugely important units. And they can do a lot of damage. Okay, we are getting into a trouble area here. And now, even the reclaim is insufficient. Okay, this is a very heavy defense. Okay, we're finishing up a little bit more here. Enough, hopefully, for the fighters. And to get a few more units over there. Okay. You're not doing anything. I'll want to put down a few of those. Yeah, they are mainly as resource producers at the
Your
moment.
backside ain't out of the fire yet, Commander. Scans show order units are massing for a counterattack from the northeast. HQ out. Looks like Gari is sending out the welcome wagon. Assuming you live through this, head up there and destroy Gari once and for all. HQ out.
You have abandoned your people, your heritage, and your gods. For that, you will be destroyed.
Okay.
You have perverted the way with your fanaticism. For that, you will be destroyed.
This planet shall share the same fate as Earth.
Got a galactic colossus heading your way. Deal with it. HQ out.
That should be all fine. Okay, that factory is getting pummeled a bit harder than I would have wanted it to. Oh my. Okay, I hope that the train here survives.
The order commander is moving sniper bots into position. They're
What
quick and
the-
pack a punch, but their armor isn't worth a damn. HQ out.
You may have stopped me, but you have no hope of defeating the Seraphim.
Okay, is that T3 artillery? Oh, that would be an idea, although I do fear... Okay. I do need more shields. I'm also getting severely mass stalled here. Okay, I do need more engineers here. I have... Fortunately, little idea on where this is coming from. Okay. Probably somewhere from over here. Okay, I have to say I'm happy that I got the shielding nicely done here, and I do want more shielding over the generators here. That'd be a very heavy blow if we're going to lose them. Do not need to lose all of you like this. Okay, let's push down and see if I have enough mass here in order to pummel them a little bit. Okay, I did lose one T3 factory here. For the moment, we can stop with you. I do not have the room. Okay, the T3 is annoying. And I haven't completely destroyed the bases there, or they are rebuilding them rather. Okay. Let's get these back up. And I do want some air defense here. Not sure if I really needed all of this. Okay. I think this is fair. And you are going
The civilians are safe. I
to
am forever
do
at your debt, Commander.
you of these. Let's do like this. Shouldn't have waited to get my air superiority fighters over. Let's sink this over here. And you're coming back under here, putting up another shield. Okay, I do think that I have taken me into the part where I do have the ability to slow down and really build up again. I do have something I do want from here. And that's another Omni. And I think I'll be putting up a few more power gens over here. You're basically group 1 and we'll be going in here. That is strategic missile defense. And that's the missile launcher, and you're having a second target over. Okay. Do I have the room? I do. Okay, I think I'll be putting up 2 more anti-airships per cycle. They are getting destroyed rather on the quick. Okay, let's go in. Okay, that was bad.
You will never reach Fort Clark.
I do need... You're... the main one, you're... Okay, bloody hell, that lost me a lot. I do need more power here. And that destroyed my entire storage as well. That's bad. That's like really bad.
You freaks are gonna pay for what you did to Earth.
The Seraphim will never be defeated!
Okay.
That sure was a pretty sight. Maybe the next Order Commander won't be so eager to flap her jaw. HQ out.
Okay, you're bringing me a nice amount of mass over.
Fort Clark is located to the northwest, and the Seraphim commander is to the northeast. That alien is probably pretty ticked off that you killed his little sweetheart, so be ready for anything. Fort Clark must survive. HQ out.
And I do need to build up here again a little bit at least. Don't crash on me. Okay.
About time. The Seraphim is east of Fort Clark and it's got a bunch of experimentals. Make yourself useful and try to distract them.
He does not know your worth, champion. Show him our might by defeating the Seraphim and its units yourself. Rise out.
Where are my reinforcements?
Your reinforcements are still mainly getting built.
If it hits the town to the east, millions of lives will be lost.
Well, I have no idea where that nuke is going to. I'm not even seeing it. Yeah, okay. Nothing I could really have done there now. I should have built a Patreon there earlier, but I did not think to do that beforehand. Okay, you're building more forces for me over here. I'll be sending these up. Let's put it over there. Do I still have... I do. Let's build 2 more factories in here. Hello, Monster Hunter Master Mark. Hello, welcome. And that is completely okay. It's maybe too much. We'll see. We'll see. Let's catch this. I hope that was good enough. You three, can you move? Okay. Okay, that was weird. Let's get all of this poink over there. Okay, let's pour a little bit more into some nukes. I do think that they have anti-nukes over here. Yeah, they have some. Before at least taking care of the first one, I'll never get into that. I am happy that you had an okay day. I hope that your physio goes well. That you will be able to recover from whatever you need the physio for soon enough. Okay. You are big enough. I'll be putting you on pause. Oh, sorry, KO. I misread that. That's on me, sorry. Okay, let's get 10 more support commanders in here.
Hold the line, Colonel. We must protect the civilians. Haul out.
What ships do I have? Do you have torpedoes? Yes. Okay, we'll be continuing up. We'll be, for now, ignoring that. I think I do want some nukes here so that the, like, you basically use the nukes defensively. I get that. I'm not exactly sure how those streaks work. But I'm happy that you are enjoying your streaks. So all the way over here, for example, should be fine, and that will weaken. Although, should I start here? Here, and then we'll slowly walk the nukes back as it goes.
Strategic launch detected.
Okay, if it goes for the town again, I have no chance. If it comes for me, that's fine.
Fletcher, there's a large experimental unit approaching Fort Clark. That alien isn't done yet. HQ out.
I see it. Commander, hit that thing with whatever you've got.
Oh my, okay. That is actually now quite understandable why they're not getting over. Yeah. The Iotha, not exactly sure how you'd... Okay, bye. Hope you're having a better day than so far. Okay, how are we looking here? Okay, not perfect, but a lot of damage here already. Let's pull this up a little bit more. Okay, the other one is still building. That is going to be quite close for comfort.
That alien freak is starting to soften. Hit it again.
Okay, thank you very much. Yep, posture is good, and a hydrate, thank you very much. Let's get this one in particular, although I do worry that I'm feeding him too much at the moment. Transports over there, ferry over there. Let's get them over. Let me get a third one in here. Although the Exodus classes can hunt them. Another defensive nuke.
Strategic launch detected.
Okay. I prefer hydrating with water.
Maybe they'll think twice before attacking like that again. Good job.
The
You out.
Ethotha, that's how I've heard it pronounced. Ethotha is down. Okay. Can I get into range of that one in particular? And let's bring more forces up here again. Okay, that was an okay hit. And I don't think I'll be needing to worry too much. Okay, that will do some nice damage into that flank, and I can nuke these factories and with the next round. I am not... okay, so that is something, that's a detail here that may be important. I'm drinking what we call in Europe mineral water, basically deep well water that is specifically for drinking. It's not necessarily tap water, although some tap water does have that standard it's quite tasty, so, and it's sparkling, and you do not get sparkling tap water. Yeah, again, since I do drink so much sparkling water, let's stop that one like this. Let's transport all of that. It can, especially depending on what you are having as what pipes you're using and all of that. So there is but our tap water, for sure, it doesn't taste very funny or anything like that, but in Europe a lot of people prefer That's not coming from me. Yeah, we a lot use well water for it, and then afterwards it goes away. But we're not only using well water, but a lot of it because, well, we again drink a lot of sparkling water, which is very much welly water. Welly water, that's not actually, I don't think, a good way of putting it. Okay, there is another Yolana Os coming. No, it's not Yolana Os. Ethota. Bloody hell. Yolana Os is their experimental nuke launcher. Okay, for everything about here, I actually do really not worry about the defenses. For my defenses, they are strong enough to really take it.
maybe you freaks are willing to fight.
Okay, that did a lot of damage to his base here. Okay, no idea. Why Battle.net suddenly wanted some attention. Can you stop that? Okay, that's the bloody after explosion stuff. Let's put some more power into those missiles. There's still some advanced bases here that I'll be happy to see removed. I do prefer sparkling water without anything. But I do agree that sparkling in general can be very yummy. Okay, I do worry that if I'm not pushing myself now, I've made it too easy for him to be pushing. That is actually very nice. For us in Europe, the main type of sparkling juice is sparkling apple juice. That's basically our main form of sparkling juice. Okay, something is shooting from down here at me. Okay, I don't think I can do anything here. Now I do have a defense there. Maybe I can shoot something in the back here. I'm not seeing any missile defense here.
Strategic launch detected.
Okay, let's focus fire on the enemy ACU here. If we get that down, the mission will be over.
enemy forces have been defeated and Fort Clark is safe. Well done, Commander. This is an important victory for us.
Yeah, we may not be calling it juice necessarily, but one of the big things that I think is that we have a lot more variety in the names as well.
Fort Clark is safe and we achieved an important victory against those damn aliens and their allies. From this day forward, we're through running from them. If we're going to survive this, we have to be able to take the fight directly to our enemies. And that's what we're going to do. Haul out.
Okay. Faceless, if you are still here, I'll be putting up the next mission. Okay, no, you're not. Okay. Again, I hope that you're going to have a good trip and a good good laundry and all of that. So if he is here, he'll be able to come and join. That's the wrong mission, though. Let me get the mission correct, for we are one further. The password luckily doesn't change here in between. Okay, this is it. I'll be setting up to medium as before, and we'll have a quick look at the briefing.
Loyalists infiltrated the Order over a year ago. Their efforts have provided us with important intelligence, and they have also assisted us in spreading the word and truth of the Princess. However, the entire Loyalist network is now in grave peril. QAI has been using Copernicus as a staging ground for attacks into Coalition space. In an effort to stem those attacks, a group of Loyalists launched a secret operation against QAI's position. The operation ended in failure. QAI knew the attack was coming, and it captured 3 Loyalist leaders. We know from past ops that QAI will implant them with AI chips. If that happens, our entire covert network will be in grave peril.
The importance of this operation cannot be understated, Commander. It is now obvious that our security protocols have been breached. There is simply no other way our enemies could have known both the secret location of Fort Clark and about our covert actions on this planet. This situation must be dealt with before it spirals out of control.
Loyalists are still operating on planet, but they have been unable to launch a rescue mission. You will gate in here, reinforce their position, and then rescue the Loyalists being held by QAI. Once they are secure, you will destroy QAI's base. That horror of a machine is aided by an Order commander named Celine. She was once very loyal to the Princess, but fell victim to Kale's lies. A Loyalist spy named Thalia will be your on-planet liaison. She will have more intelligence for you once you arrive. You gate immediately.
Watch your back, Commander. Good hunting.
Okay, I'm happy that these briefings are a lot more coordinated. And I'm be giving Prophet a little bit more time to jump in. Okay, and then you have... I'll be going with default. Not sure how exactly that then translates over. Yeah, but you're mostly ready, so that ought not to be too much of an issue. And you'll be ready to go once everything is ready and the gloves are put on pretty quickly. So I don't think that'll be a big issue. I'll be waiting a little bit longer, but at one point I do want to start. Okay, it is visible. And I did put the password out. I think he might have fallen asleep as well, but I did want to give him some time in case he's listening. But I do think he's falling asleep, so I think I'll be launching the game. Okay. They did say that, but I did want to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I did wait a little bit. That is then maybe for another time.
Celine is launching attacks against the Loyalists, and you've got to fend her off. Let the good times roll. HQ out.
Champion, this is a true honor. Celine is attacking my base. Please repel her attacks and defeat her. Glory to the Princess.
You heard the lady, Commander. HQ out.
Scan shows the
Okay.
area is clear of enemy forces. Thank you, Commander. Commander, attack and destroy the Order base operating to the east. Thalia out.
Beg me for mercy. Beg!
I will not beg. I hope it's a good surprise for them. Let's get some energy going here. Out of all the missions, I do think that this is maybe the most complicated. Yeah, no, you run.
There's an Order resource facility to your northeast, and it is powering the shields at Selene's base.
We
Attack
do
and
need
destroy the
a
power
bit more
generators at the
here.
Resource facility. Thalia out.
Maybe those loyalists aren't worthless. Those power generators are what's keeping the shields operable at Selene's primary base. Take out the generators and the shields are toast. HQ out.
It is a somewhat more limited, but yeah, no, those are trousers. So it counts. Bonk, okay. Yeah, I get that. But you have what you have, and so you need to take what you get. Okay, let's push up a little bit here. Which means that you do not need to worry too much about that in particular, about being like dressed very formally. It is just laundry day exactly, so you don't need to worry quite as much about being prim and proper. Okay. Let's get some more forces down. I'll be doing a little bit of air now as well.
I managed to steal the schematic for the Order Sprite Striker. It is yours. Use it to bring glory to the princess.
Well done, Thalia.
Which then will allow you to have it clean for next week, which I hope that you're going to enjoy your next more fancy outing. Dum, bum, bum. I do have some reclaim, and I'm quite happy about that. No, let's just get reclaim on here now. Okay. You go up one level immediately, and we're getting T2 stuff out. And then we're building up these mass extractors. It's going to be a chore, but I know you'll be able to do that. Oh, the bastards destroyed my mass extractor here. And we have a possible extractor over there as well. That is going to make for the most comfortable day then to bring that out, absolutely. That is bad. That is a very good property for a coat to have, to be comfy. Okay, let's take this up to T2 and let's start some tech up here as well. And let's get a little bit more mass storage in. One, two. Let's make that one. That should be enough. And then sprinkling some light air defense in already. Okay, I'm running a big mass deficit. That is fine though. Well, fine, it's bearable.
Once your friends talk, no one will stop us. I will cleanse the galaxy myself.
And no idea why the artillery there is running away. But it's actually not too bad that they are doing that. I'm putting up another one here, and I'll be starting to try to push 2T3. No, that's the first one I want. I want to have this built before I do anything else. If you help me do some... pick up some reclaim here. Okay, Shield of Light is up. Okay. This is a defensive position that needs some stuff a little bit earlier than others. Do I have enough? I have about enough to do this. The coat is too comfy or too warm, and sorry for not realizing that particular one earlier. Shield reactivate, please. Okay. Okay, my defenses look solid for now. And I am starting to be ready for additional stuff here. You have one more? Then you can come back and hoover up all of this. Okay, that was at least good enough for the energy deficit. And I get more mass brought to my doorstep to hoover up. With everything going on, I should have enough to do it basically like this. I'll be doing some hoovering here while we're building a first defensive facility, and then we'll be ooh, okay, that's not great. I do not want the shield to go down here. What am I doing there? I hope you'll be enjoying it. I'll be honest, what I've seen so far is not the most interesting or endearing, but I do hope you will be enjoying it. Where is my... Let's build a volcano here. To not have these missiles impact all on the shield screen, making it easier to defend against the other stuff. And I think we'll be needing 2 Vulcans. Well, I've seen a Super Mario movie, not necessarily I haven't seen the Galaxy movie, but I have seen a movie. Yeah, that was troublesome. That was not too much fun. Okay. I am not a fan of the shield collapsing here. Yoshi in his incarnations is absolutely lovable.
Destroy them.
But not necessarily I've seen a few things, and I've seen one Super Mario movie, and that one was there. But I do hope to be wrong, and that it is actually a really good movie, and that it will do well and all of that. I'm skeptical, but I'm not hoping for it to be bad. On the contrary, if something is made, I do want it to be good. I do want people to be able to look at it and enjoy it. It is always unfortunate if you have something like that and then it is not good. Or, yeah, not good enough for... No. If it is not good enough for commercial success, then it's not good enough. So... it's not always easy, but I absolutely hope that we will not need to worry. Let's make a land factory. You're also upgrading. Okay, basic energy is taken care of. Basic RAS is coming up, and T2 engineering suit here. You're upgrading, you're not upgrading. Let's put some more upgrades in here. We still have reclaim all about here. That is absolutely fair. I'm not saying that Yoshi is not adorable, but Yoshi absolutely is adorable, and I do like him a lot in Super Mario World. And I absolutely adore him in the Super Mario 64 remake for the DS. It was so nice for them to let us play him there. I am skeptical, let's put it like that, that he'll be able to carry the whole movie, unfortunately. So there is more needed there than just Yoshi, and I do hope that the movie is good. But with what Hollywood has produced the last years, how they bastardized some of my favorite series, it feels it's hard to trust them. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that they're coming back with a vengeance and really putting a great foot forward and really proving everybody wrong, every skeptic wrong. I hope. I really do. There and there. Donkey Kong is a very memorable character. Gone from villain to hero to his own games. He's good. I never liked... Okay. I did not have an N64 myself, but what I could play, I never really enjoyed Donkey Kong 64 as much as I did Banjo-Kazooie, and then later on replaying the games, I do think that Donkey Kong 64 is just too much. Too much collectibles, just unfortunately too much. But and then yeah. Oh, he's a lot more fun in Mario Party. But the difference there absolutely is that he's not the game itself is more focused and knows more what it wants to do. DK64, it's already very backtracky because you do need to go back to the beginning in order to be able to bring up all the character switching and so on. And since that is where the rap is from, I do not have the big nostalgic push as others might have. Okay. Let me put up 1, 2, 5 more here, and then why not have a little bit of help. And I do think that I want to have this all at least shielded against air, that flank. Some more T3 engineers. I'll be claiming the... Well, no, I don't need to. Let's do it like this. I'll be honest that it's not a big factor of being smart. I do think that in general the layout for Donkey Kong 64 was suboptimal. There may have been a lot there, but that unfortunately doesn't translate in it being terribly good. Dodongo's Cavern is surprisingly complicated. I'll be very clear there. It's... No. I had a replay recently, or like, well, recently enough that I don't, that I can't consider myself a kid anymore. I had it a few years back. Dodongo's Cavern took me a while to get properly back around it. It's not a straightforward dungeon, and it does have a lot of... It has some issues. It absolutely has some issues, even in my opinion, and not being able to find your way through it as a young child, it's absolutely unsurprising in my opinion. You do need to be able to put a lot of time in, and if you do not have that, or you don't have the endurance to get through it. Yeah, I might be able to get through it quite quickly, but it's been a while, and I'm not sure I have enough memory, so to say, in order to breeze through it at the moment. Okay, let me get my ground factories bound up here. Let's send some more stuff in here. I'll be going to destroy this, and then I'll be pushing... Let's have at least 15 subs coming out of here before I do some of the upgrades, and I do want a fourth one. I still need a few upgrades. Let's go pick some of the stuff up here. Yeah. Again, I don't think that is necessarily the issue. And that is not... all of this is not a criticism against the quality of the game, but rather a showcase of limited understanding in the way that back in the day, that game design was very new to navigating 3D spaces, and I am not surprised that in the beginning there was more issues there, especially on console. PC has a little bit, because of the mouse being so much more precise than others, than other input methods, that I do think it is understandable that there have been and especially this being an early one, a little bit of confusion. GameCube was, but or are you thinking about Wind Waker and I'm thinking about Ocarina of Time? Because Ocarina of Time had a few more issues, but then again, yes, GameCube might have been quite precise. I am of the opinion though that if a mouse, yeah, for movement, not for camera control. That is something in general. I do think that the analog stick for camera control is usually okay, as long as you don't need to try and do it from a first-person perspective. That is then going to put up a lot more issues, but more than the control itself, the precision was lacking in how the game responded to that. And yeah, I do think that modern ways are more friendly. They have added a lot more quality of life. Or maybe I'm just rambling and I lost the plot a little bit here. Okay. In my opinion, GoldenEye is not very easy to control. Yes, I am a PC gamer and I am coming from that perspective. Especially first-person shooters are so much better with mouse and keyboard. Keyboard not necessarily, but mouse absolutely. Okay, let me see. I think I do have quite a bit here. Let's send them over. But GoldenEye absolutely was the best console shooter to date. Well, with a big head, then anybody on any platform, it becomes very easy to land headshots, and it was a very common mutator back in the day to have just this enormous amount of growth of the head the better you did. I do think that I want at least 3. No, let's keep it with 2. Let's keep it with 2, and then my prep should be ready and I should be able to really get rolling here. But before that, I do want 3 more here. Okay, I don't know it particularly as a cheat.
The shields are going down at Celine's base. Attack her while you can. Thalia out.
For the games I was playing,
You'll pay dearly for destroying these
Big
facilities.
Head was a mod, and it was basically the better you are doing, the bigger your head will grow. That again is an experience less familiar to me. We did have a good amount of co-op stuff, but we did not really yeah. I didn't really get into shooters until a little bit later. The first one I really got into was Unreal Tournament 2K4, so 2004, that release. And then I went back and played a lot of the other stuff as well. All in all, I came to like it very much. GoldenEye I did play a little bit at the time at a friend's house, but I always find controller aiming very awkward. Even though you did have the option to have the two-handed control, it's not for me. Mouse and keyboard, I think, can make a big objective point of being the more the better control method for shooters. And I actually do feel that at some points at least that the adjustments that had to be done to make them properly viable did take away from the genre as a whole. But that does not diminish what those games achieve. That does not diminish the quality they put out, and that does not diminish the fun anybody had playing those games. But it is something that I do think important. Okay. This is looking very nice now. Let's make you 0. And the two of you will be 7. Basically they are going to be basically building whatever I need right now. Let's get 3 more here. And then 0 is going to put up a few more harbingers. So that I can reinforce once this is done. Yeah, those things change, and I do understand you wish you could still be enjoying your time with him as you used to. I think that is a very normal and a very human thing to be wishing for. That is... If you are able to get him back into games, I think that will be very helpful, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I feel like blaming people for how, as many people like to say it, them being weak is completely counterproductive. if you are at that stage, you need help, not condemnment. And I hope that he has help, and I hope that he can, for example, come back to enjoying games more than anything else.
Got to assume the enemy has the whole area dialed in, so expect heavy resistance.
Yeah, as I keep saying, I hope that he's able to come back to a degree at least.
On the far side of the pass.
Okay.
This prison is holding the 3 loyalists. If QAI gets its hooks into them, we're in a world of trouble.
Okay, I don't think I have...
Capture the prison and get the loyalists out of there.
I have a time limit on it. Let's get stuff up to here so we can clog the advance there. Okay. Okay. That one at least should be able to get over there. Let's push up the naval factory here. And I do think that I am going to start a Tsar.
Champion, my spies have informed me that a high-ranking Order official named Reese is on planet and not far from your location. I want him. All you need to do is eliminate his defenses. We will do the rest. But they are out.
Help them if you can, Champion. Opportunities like this do not often arise. Rise out.
Okay, show it to me. Oh, just the island. I was already thinking about attacking. Cool. No, I mean, I'm really happy that it turns out to be that. I was building the Tsar specifically to go over there and have a look. Okay, with what is coming out of the pass, I don't think the Colossus will have a huge amount of problem. I remember I was a huge fan of Pokemon Stadium. Unfortunately, I didn't have it. As I said, I didn't have a N64 as a child. And so I didn't really get to play it, but I did get to enjoy Pokemon a lot. Okay, and you are going to be 9, and we're going to be pumping out air superiority fighters. I did not get a shiny. Well, I got a shiny Gyarados, but he is a guaranteed encounter, so I'm not really counting him. And I did already back then run a Gyarados whenever possible. So catch one early, run it until... swap grind it until it comes up. That is especially nice because, well, Gyarados is very, very strong in the early games. Okay, we have some stuff coming in here. I have some air defense. close by. You should not want to fight over
No chance of defeating
enemy
the
air
Seraphim.
defenses. Yeah, I do think that he is actually more dangerous in the remake, because he also has Dragon Dance. No, actually he becomes the most dangerous in... Is it Pearl? I think it's Pearl, where they introduce the physical special split, because on Leaf Green he already... they split, and so he doesn't have good stab moves available to him anymore. But later on, with the split, that comes back, and that makes him an absolute monster. So with Pearl, he becomes an absolute monster. Waterfall is a little bit weaker, for example, than Surf, but Waterfall Gyarados is just murder. So that strength he then demonstrates there is, yeah, monstrous. It's very, very much I'm not saying he can solo the league in because of Cynthia. Cynthia will just shut a single team, like a single Pokemon team, down absolutely hard, but come on, don't you dare to blow my factory up.
I will not be defeated so easily.
Your shiny DOS? Gyarados? Or... Sorry, I'm not quite catching what you mean there. Okay, we have tier T2 gunships in there. Yeah, of course you're doing a lot of damage. Okay. Not too happy with that. I thought I'd be fine for a while. Immediately more gunships coming in. Oh, that is... That is very unfortunate. Yeah, I do think it's a good idea to save regularly. I am not aware of an autosave, though, I'll be honest. Even on the newer ones. Okay, starting Sword and Shield. fair enough. That might be the case. I have not... I've played Sword and Shield, but I didn't really check the save. And if it has autosave, I'm probably using it. As long as it's not exclusive autosave, that is always where I'm drawing the line. If you always... No, well, no. Pokemon is not that. It's never been exclusively... It's always been manual save, and so switching to exclusively autosave, I'd be very surprised. Doesn't fit for what you're trying to do. So yeah, it's been a thing for 2 Pokemon generations. I think that's a fine thing, to save after certain events. It will absolutely decrease the problems and the frustrations of forgetting to save.
Explosives anywhere in the field, Commander. The explosion should be sufficient to destroy the targeted building, so use it wisely. Click on the command signal button, and then click on the target.
Oh yes, I do get that. I myself sometimes forget. It is most common when I'm switching back to a game that... Basically when I'm switching from it had autosave to... then this one does not have autosave, but I think the idea is absolutely fair. So it saves whenever you battle a Pokemon. Okay, why then is autosave bad again? Bad for shiny hunting? Keep in mind, I do not do shiny hunting myself, really. Fair, but I remember that at least on the older versions, it didn't matter much, because if you were unable to capture it, it'll be lost anyway. Turning off, you can just reset the game and the shiny is there again? Oh. Was that Sword and Shield that introduced the free roaming Pokemon instead of the random encounter Pokemon? Because I remember with the random encounter, it didn't matter much what exactly that if you saved or not afterward, like beforehand, because it would just not matter. Okay, in Scarlet and Violet it's more of a thing. I see.
The defenses are down and we are moving on Reese's location. Thank you for your assistance. He will soon be telling us everything he knows, whether he wants to or not. But they are out.
Okay. A few more rounds for now. A bit more here. And I do have a good fleet here. Did I give all of you that? Very nice. You have that. Yeah, no, I do think I'll be giving them all the teleporter. Okay, I do need to keep an eye on this. Yeah, I can imagine that with overworld stuff, it is a lot more important. It's a lot. So basically, you go around the overworld, you see a shiny, you save, and then you switch off autosave because then it allows you to battle the shiny over and over and over until you can catch it. There are reasons why certain things are structured the way they are. I do have a few. Okay, let me get 2 more rounds there. And contrary to a few things,
time is of the essence.
I do think that having happy noises with that is absolutely fair. Okay, let's bring the big beam over. And whereas this one is now a fully experienced one, this needs a little bit more, but I'll be flying this right over the base and it should get veterancy very, very quickly. Okay, let's pause. And let's have them come in from below here. Let's get a few more. But I do, this group I will then mainly would want to get the so at least this base is now gonzo. Now I do think we have, let's put 2 more in, and then I do want the strategic attack ones over here as well. Let me have a look how I am not unhappy with the fact that the Tsar is now shielded. It is going to go down here, though. But this did a lot of damage. Let's pull this team back over here. Make room for the sub-commander to, or the support ACU to jump in. Okay, that is enough. Let's put a moratorium on the build stuff there. Okay. Let's send a few more up here. You come over here. Boom. Okay, that works very well. Okay. How long do I need for a Tsar? A few minutes. That's okay. Okay, but I'm completely out of stuff here. But I think this fleet is going to be okay, I'm rather happy that is indestructible. Okay, let's bring one over here. And then we'll be defending like this.
You rescued us just in time, Commander. QAI was beginning the final stages of the AI implantation. Thank you. Althea out.
So we're happy that we got
It is
this.
unfortunate that I was unable to extract the desired information from my guests. There will be other opportunities.
The loyalist traitors will never make it off this planet. I will see to it myself.
Stop, that's not what I wanted you to build. We're not going to be sacrificing support ACUs. Okay. Your stuff will just have to wait at the moment. Because this is going to be a big mess. Once you're finished, I do want hands on there.
Hear me, people of the Illuminate. I am Princess Rianne Burke, rightful leader of the Aeon. The Seraphim are not the saviors they claim to be. They bring nothing save death and destruction.
Zarashon, you're not completely wrong, but I prefer not to sacrifice them into buildings rather.
Evaluator seeks nothing but absolute power, and she will sacrifice
Rather, if I have
anyone
to
that dares
sacrifice them,
stand in
I'd
her way.
prefer them
The
to
time has come to rise
be
up and
bumped
reject her teachings,
into the enemy,
to fight against those that seek to destroy all
burn the
humanity.
enemy in nuclear
Rise
fire,
and fight
basically.
in the name of your princess.
The princess is alive. I don't believe it. You were told she was alive, Celine, and yet you still turned your back on her. You made your choice, and now you will live with the consequences. I was wrong. So wrong. Forgive me, Princess. I can still make things right.
Well, I hope that no monkey bot survives there. I think I have to take... No, it's okay, it's looking fine. It's looking fine, and I can... Can start to pull them back over here. Which made it rather easy to survive that counterattack.
Strategic launch detected.
Detecting multiple strategic missile launches. Looks like the two lovebirds are nuking each other. HQ out.
Well, luckily I did have enough anti-missile defenses that even...
Don't know if it's piloted or it's simply being controlled by QAI. Regardless, you need to destroy it. HQ out.
So that got all of the forward
The betrayal by
bases.
Celine was not within expected parameters. However, the situation has been reevaluated, and my victory is still the most probable outcome of this conflict.
There is one strategic missile defense. This is my first target of my own.
Atone for my actions by destroying you.
Yeah, she is flip-flopping pretty hard.
AI's ACU, Loyalist forces will arrive and secure the Seraphim commander. Oh, yes. Then I will be able to decipher its language matrix.
Let us
UAI
help
bases to the
out
northwest, and Celine took out most of its missile launchers. You should pay that
this
damn computer a little
Colossus
visit. HQ out.
by bringing down those Soul Rippers. Sorry. Sorry, I did forget to mute that. And the Colossus didn't make it. That's unfortunate. At least my own troops.
Strategic launch detected.
Okay, you can take a break.
Commander, I offer you one of the Order's best-kept secrets, the Quantum Resource Generator. It offers a nearly endless supply of mass and energy.
Okay. That is one of the things I've been waiting for. Don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it, but any new support commander is going to be set onto that project. Okay, let me get a teleport over here, and let's see if I can't do some mass hoovering here. Where is my new cat? I have the first one. And I do absolutely want to get rid of that production. Okay, I'm going to be running a little bit late, but or a little bit over, but I do have the time today. So
you will have ample opportunity to atone for your actions, but be warned, should you stray again, I will destroy you myself.
okay. Okay, I did not expect the Monkey Lord there. Not that I could now do very much if he attacks the SACU. But it gives me a good reason to go clog that up.
Why did you turn your back on your heritage, your people?
Okay, let's go hoover that newly acquired one there.
Sister, I have a Tsar with a full complement of air units at the ready. Click on the command signal button, and then click on a target. I will direct it to annihilate your target.
I'd rather you rebuild a little bit. Okay, no second one built. Okay, okay. That's another nuke ready here. I'll be taking this a little more to the towards the outside.
Strategic launch detected.
Okay. So far, looking so good. I think the two here... Come on, why can't I... Oh, okay, that's not mine. That's why I can't select it. Yoink, 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 yoink. We do need a ton more here. Luckily, this Colossus is more than good enough. Even with everything here. depending on where that goes, it's either going to be an issue or it's absolutely going to be fine. And my main base is going to be absolutely fine. Punk, very nice. Doing a lot of damage here on this side of QAI's base. Not sure. He has his missile defense there, but I think I should be able to detonate that part. Okay, how close are we? We're not terribly far away. Okay. Can I, as I said, detonate here?
Strategic launch detected.
Okay, this is the last SACU coming out of there. Let's pull those a little bit closer. Nope, that got intercepted. Okay, that was already quite painful. Okay, and I do think that I should be sending this group in, and I do think that my Tsar is going to be able to do damage. And if we have her Tsar coming in as well, this should be... This should be game over, and then I'll be able to close out the stream for today.
If you destroy this ECU, another shall rise in its place. I am endless.
Oh, okay. He got smoked by the battleships.
Shell.
The Loyalists are en route. Just a few more moments, and the Seraphim commander will be ours. Oh, yes.
Detecting quantum signature. The Seraphim is coming through.
And oopsala, that was not planned. At least not by the Seraphim.
The Seraphim is ours.
Excellent work. Excellent. Soon, all of its secrets will be ours.
Okay, that went pretty
I
well.
want to personally thank you for aiding my beloved loyalists. They are our first line of defense against the Order of the Illuminate's treachery, and losing them would have been a devastating blow. The coming days will be dark, but don't lose heart. Our ultimate victory is closer than you think.
Well, we'll see about that exactly later. For now, I will want to finish up stream. I've already went over for a few minutes, which is okay, but much more I do not unfortunately have the time for. That being said, thank you very much for everybody who has come in. There is something small to discuss, and that namely that I am not sure if it is going to be the most entertaining if I continue with Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon tomorrow, or whether I'm not going to put a pin on where we left off and I'll be moving on to Mass Effect. Yes, I do want to play Mass Effect 2. I was originally planning to do that next week. I'm still thinking about it. The main issue is that I already announced to be playing Pokemon. But I've taken a look at it. I don't have enough time to really do a lot of the grind, and the grind is currently either quite slow or either quite deadly. And I am not sure if it is fun just watching me grind levels 4 or 5 hours, and whether or not it would be better if I were to do that in a shorter format, a more talkative format, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it, and I'll be putting up a poll on both my both on Discord and on Twitter. Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this particular stream. I got a little bit further than I was expecting. I did originally, after I take a look at the clock, I thought maybe it's better to do some skirmishes, but I thought that if Prophet wanted to join, if Prophet wanted to join, it would be quick enough to do it in a single go. He got sleepy, and I decided not to cancel out of it, but to keep pushing, which in a way I do think was the correct one. No, and do not want the repeat. Hello, Prophet. I'm sorry I did do the next mission without you. You took a nap right through that mission. I hope you had a good nap. Unfortunately, you also woke up right now, so that I'm really ready to switch out and raid out. I do need to finish up my stream for today. I did finish the mission, and I did move on to the talking aspect, the end stuff. So if you are on time next week, I'll be happy to do the next mission and following missions co-op. So Thursday is from 15 to 18 o'clock Central European time. I'm not sure what your time zone is, so you do need to switch over. I do remember though that you're not Eastern Standard Time, so so there is that. Next week I'll be then continuing, whether solo or not then remains to be seen. And so yeah, a few more weeks, and then I'm not sure if I do want to push on to the fan-made stuff or not. Let me have a look at raids. As always, if you do have a suggestion, thank you very much for being here to see me off then. If you do have suggestions, feel free. I'm just taking a look at it, and there are not all that many people on at the moment. I might, yeah, I think I do. I will leave you with, unless there are still suggestions coming, and I think I'll be leaving you with Tanu Candy. She's currently playing Stardew Valley. So, schedule tomorrow, it's either going to be Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Again, I'm not entirely sure if it's the best use of my time, or I'll be starting Mass Effect 2. The weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be Monster Hunter time, Monster Hunter weekend. So I'll be starting out in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate solo. I'll be trying to grind some more of the Deviants if I get time, and then I'll see from there. And next Monday for sure, I'll be starting out. I'll be playing Mass Effect 2, whether I'll be picking up the game or whether I'll be continuing from Friday. That remains to be seen. And next Thursday, I'm going to be playing more Supreme Commander. I will be wanting to finish this part of the campaign for sure. And then, as I said, maybe doing some of the fan campaigns that are accessible with Forge Alliance Forever. I'll see about that then, how it goes. That being said, thank you very much everybody for coming. I forgot the times. Yeah, I'm a bit late for everything, and I'm trying to. I ought not rush, but I am a bit. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I'm going to be streaming from 13 to 18 o'clock Central European Time, or respectively from 7 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, I'll be streaming from 15 to 18 o'clock Central European Time, or from 9 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Again, we'll be raiding out to Tanu Candy, as always. With raids, please be nice, please be kind. I thank everybody very much. Thank you for having been here. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for being here. As I said, I appreciate it, and it means quite a lot to me. I hope to be seeing you all again soon, but whether or not that would be tomorrow, I wish all of you a very good end to your Thursday, and please, until we do see each other again, have a great time. And yeah, and until then, please have a great time. Thank you again very much for coming, and goodbye.
going. Death Star, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Hello, hello. Let me give you. Oh, thank you, Cat. Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. What is that? What?